All right, welcome to the live stream. I go live every weekday. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'd say do it for the algorithm, but I don't think anybody likes the algorithm. Do it to help the channel. Hit that like button. And when you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I go live every weekday and you'll get notified. We're going to talk about a few things, so I don't want to jump right into it, but I feel like I got to jump right into it. Number one, Trump is saying out loud, which is absolutely insane. Can't believe he's saying this stuff out loud. This man is off his rocker. I guess when you don't fear the law, you got nothing to lose. He's old. What does he care? He's old, he's rich, he's a white dude. But Trump is saying out loud that if he becomes president, you won't be able to sell those vehicles. According to him, he's saying you won't be able to sell those vehicles, meaning EV, electric vehicles, which is nuts. Has Elon Musk heard this? You gotta wonder if Elon Musk's heard this, because that's how he makes some of his money, electric vehicles. The other way he makes his money is through government subsidies. So his taxpayers foot the bill for him and his businesses. But yeah, Trump is saying, again, I put all the links to these stories in the description if you want to read it for yourself. The quote is in the top of the article. It says, you won't be able to sell these vehicles. According to Trump, why does he want to ban electric vehicles? Oh, that's right, because he just asked the oil lobby for $1 billion to fund his campaign. So he wants to make sure his gas baron friends, his oil baron friends, get $1 billion in us having to buy oil. If you're just joining, talking about a few different news stories. First, we're tackling Trump saying he wants to make buying electric vehicles illegal here in America. If you don't know, you get like a tax credit if you buy an electric vehicle. He's trying to get rid of that. He's asking for a ton of money from the oil baron buddies of his that are throwing fundraisers to get him elected. So it makes sense, you know, he wants to bribe the oil barons. He wants to be bribed by these oil barons. So he's out loud, which just seems weird because I thought Elon Musk was a Trump dude. I figured that if Elon Musk has heard this news, that Trump is saying he wants to make buying electric vehicles illegal in America, that you got to figure Elon Musk is going to get his panties in a bunch. He's known very well to not be able to take any kind of joke or slight or any kind of frazzling. Remember when he took over Twitter? He said comedy was legal, and then everybody changed their Twitter handle to him, and he outlawed it again. So it's a weird thing. And if you have an electric vehicle, that's the other thing. Like, what is Trump going to do for the people who already own electric vehicles? Outlaw those? And how come Fox News isn't uproarious about this? Where's all the Second Amendment people where they're like, pry this electric vehicle out of my cold, dead hands? Where are these people, right? Trump is saying he wants to make electric vehicles illegal because he wants to please his oil baron friends. And you figure the Musk bros own Teslas, right? And I think they're in the same demographic of Trump people. Why aren't we seeing people saying, you can try to take my electric vehicle, you can pry it from my cold, dead hands? It's so funny what people choose to get like absolutely terrified about. They're going to get their guns taken, but their electric vehicles, they don't care. They're like, all right. As long as we get to buy that dinosaur juice at an overpriced market rate, as long as we still get them fossil fuels. Smog, delicious. The other story that's absolutely incredible, I don't know if too many people have heard this, and again, I put the link in the description. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I go live every weekday. Welcome to the Poor Man's Philly DeFranco Show, or the Joe Rogan Experience, where we don't think we know it all. I know Joe's a little deceiving because he says, what do I know? But he likes to act with authority on certain topics, because $100 million will do that to you. But I like to bring you very weird, interesting stories. And if you haven't heard this, again, link in the description. You're going to want to read this. You're going to want to see the pictures for yourself. North Korea is sending dirty, I don't know if you can call them bombs, but dirty balloons across the border to South Korea. Do you know what they're filled with? Do you know what these balloons are tied to? They're tied to bags. Do you know what the bags are filled with? Poop. They're filled with poop. Disgusting. And I didn't know that this has not only happened before, but it might have been grosser. The package, I don't know. It doesn't get much more gross than poop. They're sending poop and trash across the border in balloons, and they have timers on them that make them pop and explode, so they drop at a certain amount of time once they've gone the distance across the border. And I guess North Korea did this back in 2016. Again, link in the description to the article. And when North Korea did this in 2016, they filled the bags tied to balloons with cigarette butts and dirty toilet paper. Disgusting. Imagine living in South Korea and all of a sudden you're like, did some kids let some balloons go at a birthday party? Pop. Oh, gross. The bag was filled with poop. That's an old Billy Madison reference for you young heads. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'd say hit the like button for the algorithm, but let's be honest, nobody likes the algorithm. Hit it for the channel. Do it for the channel, man. I hate when people say, hit that like button to help these videos in the algorithm. We don't want to help the algorithm. We want to help the channel. Just say to help the channel out. I like that better. And hit the notification bell when you hit subscribe. So read that story. Look at the balloons. The balloons are really nice. They're like fancy decorative balloons. But then if you look at the bag tied to the balloons, you can tell it's filled with poop. And that has got to be the most disgusting yet hilarious. It almost is like, who is Kim Jong-un's advisor? The Jackass team? Like, this seems like some kind of Ashton Kutcher meets Jackass punked v Jackass type movie, because this is terrifying yet hilarious, and it is a biochemical. This is like biological warfare. Sending poop across the border. Absolutely filthy. And that's what's going on right now. So I guess we're lucky in that sense, right? Something to be grateful for every day. And I guess today it's that poop balloons aren't popping over our heads. Now finally, I want to talk about this story out of North Carolina. North Kakalaka. I think Confederate monuments should be illegal. Let me state my case. The Confederacy, if you don't know, seceded from America. They're not America. They were trying to be the Confederate States of America, a different country. They went to war with us over slavery. If you're going to say states' rights, let me ask you, what did the states want the rights to do? Have slavery. So this is not like a contested topic. The Civil War is over, done with. The South lost. All those South will rise again stickers and people flying the Confederate flag. You're traitors. You're traitors. And most of these monuments, by the way, they weren't erected in 1862 or 63 or 65, whenever the Civil War ended. The monument we're going to talk about in North Carolina today, which again, you can get the link or see this. I was going to put it as the thumbnail. I didn't want to because I don't know if YouTube was going to get funny with it. But this monument in front of the Tyrell or Titusville or some kind of North Carolina courthouse says, "In memory to our faithful slaves," which is the most effed. How people haven't knocked that down yet is bewildering to me. Befuddling. But this is in front of a courthouse, and this monument that says "In memory to our faithful slaves" was put up in 1902, way after the Civil War, and it just happened to be put up right before the courthouse was built. So it was done on purpose. And if you are a person of color, a black folk, going to that courthouse, you can only imagine that you ain't going to be tried by a jury of your peers fairly. You are not going to get a judge that is going to be, seeking justice. When that monument is just, do they not see the irony in it? I think they see the irony in it, but they just want to be cruel, because you can't say "in memory to our faithful slaves." That is an oxymoron. Faithful slaves. If you are an enslaved person, you have no choice. So you are just forced into a faithful servitude, whatever the word is. So if you're in North Carolina and you support this stuff, check yourself. I just want to, and this is apples to oranges, it's not a fair comparison, But could you imagine if there was a monument that said, in memory or seeking the pursuit of white slavery? Now again, that's apples to oranges. It's not the same thing because there were 400 years of enslaved, disenfranchised meant for black people. But could you imagine the panties in a bunch of the Karens and the male Karens getting all butt hurt? I mean, we see them protesting with tiki torches anyway because they think they're getting replaced, right? Wasn't that the chant? These are a bunch of snowflakes. They can't just live. They got to feel threatened at every corner. But could you imagine if there was a monument to seeking the pursuit of white people being considered 3/5 a person? Would that fly in America? Again, apples to oranges. It's not a direct comparison, but I just want people to imagine that. Would these white Confederate supporting people think that was okay? Would they say, well, it's part of our future, it's our history, or whatever they want to say? They would not defend it in the least. But somehow they're taking this case to court to get this memorial in memorandum monument down, which it shouldn't even have to go to court. Somebody should kick that thing over and throw it in the bottom of a river. These Confederate people are traitors. If you support that, you're a scumbag. There's no in between. You are not American. You want a totally, and I'll tell you what, get the fuck out. If you support the Confederacy, go secede, go to a different country, okay? But if you secede from America, our tax dollars don't get to keep funding you, these welfare states, because most of these South states don't like workers' rights or to have any kind of quality of life or a living wage. So most of them are welfare states because the white people at the top, the rich white people, the old plantation owners that still exist down there, the generational wealth, they oppress everyone. It's just a class war. It's the wealthy versus the poor. And it doesn't matter if you're white or black in the South. If you're poor, they have a war against you. That's why you see the workers getting their rights stripped and all that. So if you want to secede, then just know we don't want to spend our tax dollars on you. All right? And that's where ultimately we need to come together, all the working class. But I just can't get over this, that these monuments are still defended by anyone in memory of our faithful slaves. Go ahead, really. There's a picture of it in the link I put down below. It's shocking, it's jaw-dropping, and it's just disgusting that this is America and that's a monument in North Carolina. Where's Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast should go out to that monument and just rip it down and then fight it in court after he rips it down. He's got billions of dollars, right? That'd be a good thing to do, Mr. Beast. I know you watch this. Hit subscribe and the like button. All right, so that's the news for today. I'm going to wrap it up, but make sure you hit the notification bell when you do hit subscribe because I go live every weekday. And I would love for you to join me. And I thank you. So hit that like button, not for the algorithm, to help the channel and join this family. I'll bring you news every day, some weird stuff. 99 poop balloons, right? I wish if you're a radio show today, I used to work in radio, and if you're a radio show today and you read that news story about North Korea dropping poop balloons and you're not doing a cover of 99 loof balloons, a parody saying 99 poop balloons, you missed out. You missed the mark. You're not doing your job. Because that's all I can hear in my head all day. I've been singing 99 poop balloons crossing the border to South Korea, 99 poop balloons. All right. Thanks for watching. Salute. Peace.